Hi all, today we are going to discuss about advantages of neutral grounding. So in the last class we have seen that if you are taking an alternator and it is connected to a transmission line, let us assume the transmission line is having the conductors R, Y and B, and one side they are connected together and the neutral is not grounded. So in that case we have told that the capacitances are found between the conductor and the earth. So these are the capacitances, and properly transposed line the capacitance will be same in all the phases. And when the fault happens in any one phase, we have seen that if you are taking this as the phase voltages, when the B phase is connected to ground, because the neutral point is not grounded, so the line voltages, so phase voltages now becomes equal to line voltage. This is my voltage of VRN, VYN and this is VBN. So now across these capacitors, each of these capacitors, now voltage will be between that phase, that means R phase and the B phase for this capacitor, and for the second capacitor it will be between Y phase and the B phase. So the voltages will be these voltages, that means there will be line voltages that will come. So because of this the voltages becomes equal to line voltage. So the currents we have calculated in the last class, the current that is passed will be the line voltage divided by the reactance, and we have shown there that the current will lead the respective voltages. So these are the currents due to the respective phases. So let us assume this current I am taking as IRB. So this is the current passing from R phase to B phase due to the capacitive current, and similarly because of this the current will come like this, leading this voltage by 90 degrees. This is equal to IYB. So this is the voltage between VY and B. This is the voltage between VR and B. So now the resultant of these two, because both the currents are supplied by the B phase only, because there should be a return path for these capacitive currents, that return path is provided by this fault, or the fault where it happens, that current will be this much. So this much will be supplied by your fault. So this gives my value of the fault current. So this fault current we have seen, this will be equal to 3 times of the normal capacitive current. That means under normal operating condition whatever current comes, that current will be 3 times. So because of this the arcing grounds are coming. Because if this magnitude is more than 4 amperes, we have discussed that it can continue the arc and that leads to the problem. So in ungrounded neutral system, two consequences are, one consequence is the healthy phase voltage is raised to the line voltage, and second one, the current will be very high, or the fault current will be very high, and that to the capacitive current, and because of this capacitive currents the arcing grounds are coming. So you have to eliminate these arcing grounds, otherwise what happens, whenever the arc is extinguished, so that will lead to the turbulence in the system due to the effect of the inductor and the capacitor, because energy storage elements does not allow the sudden change in the system conditions. So the energy transfer takes place between them, that leads to extreme high value of the voltages. So the voltages increases drastically in the healthy phases as well as in the faulty phase. So because of this the arc will restrike again, that is the first disadvantage, and the second one is the insulation will break down. So in order to avoid this problem, what should we do? This whatever the capacitive currents are coming, these capacitive currents, let us assume these currents are not passing through this fault if the neutral is connected to ground. If neutral is connected to ground, this can close through this one, as the capacitive currents can close through this one. Even if the fault comes in any one phase, only that phase voltage will become equal to 0, whereas these capacitors are connected only between the R phase and this neutral point, because you can see, because this is directly connected to this neutral point, or these capacitors are connected across the respective phase only. They are connected across the respective phase only, as this capacitance between line to ground is equal to the capacitance that is formed across each phase. So those currents are not going to affect by the fault in any other phase. So automatically the voltage across them remains constant. So the currents are not changed. So that is the first advantage, because in the case of this ungrounded neutral system, they have increased to √3 times the value of the current. That's why whenever the fault is disconnected due to sudden change in the current, because it cannot withstand, that leads to turbulence in the existing phases also, or the healthy phases also, that leads to increase in the value of voltages in healthy phases. So that will be eliminated by connecting to ground. And the second advantage of connecting to ground is, whenever the fault is disconnected, because the fault current is nowhere related to the capacitive current, we are going to prove that the effect of arcing grounds are eliminated. That means whenever the fault is disconnected, it is not going to affect the arcing grounds, or the arcing grounds are not going to come. That is second advantage. And the third advantage will be, because as this is directly connected to ground, this is just equivalent to this entire winding is short circuited, because you can see this point is connected back. So this entire winding is short circuited. So short circuit current will pass. As the current will be very high value, that can be easily detected by the relays that are connected in the ground connection, and they can be easily isolated, or even the fuses that are connected in the respective phase, because the current is very high value, it is nothing but nearly equal to the fault current. So this fuse will easily detect it and it will isolate that particular phase. So healthy phases are not affected. That is the first advantage. And whichever phase the fault comes, that is going to be disconnected. But there is a disadvantage if you are directly connecting, because this respective phase is short circuited, so the short circuit current will be extremely high. So in order to decrease the value of the fault current, what I can do, instead of directly connecting the neutral to ground, I can connect through some, either through some resistance, current limiting resistance, or I can connect it through some coil, or even they can be tuned or they can be varied in such a way that whatever the value of the fault current that my system can withstand, I can limit to that value of the fault current. So depending on how they are connected to ground, different types of neutral grounding systems are there. So let us try to summarize what we have observed from here, and then we will proceed further. So let us see the advantages of neutral grounding. So the advantages I am summarizing, the voltages of the healthy phases are limited to normal values. So healthy phases are not going to increase drastically. The maximum voltage that they can reach is, depending on the connection, they can reach max up to the line value of the voltages. They will not go beyond that. And the second advantage, I told you, the capacitor currents are not going to change. They are not going to create any type of turbulence in your system. Then next one is the surge voltages due to arcing grounds are completely eliminated. How the arcing grounds are eliminated, that I am going to discuss in the coming topics. So the life of insulation is increased because arcing grounds are absent. So voltage surges are absent. So automatically the insulators are not strained. So automatically the life of the insulation increases, and hence less maintenance is required. Then because as the maintenance is less and the insulators are not affected, so the continuity of supply is increased in the system. So as the fault current is more, the earth fault relays can easily detect the fault. Even the fuses can also operate easily. So that is the advantage. The over voltages due to lightning can be easily discharged through ground, because we know whenever the lightning stroke comes, that lightning will fall on your transmission line. That lightning surge will be the high frequency surge. That surge can easily discharge through your neutral point. So because neutral point is connected to ground. Otherwise what happens, it will be like a discontinuity. Because of the discontinuity, high surges will come. So these things we already discussed in the traveling waves in our previous section. You can please refer there how they are going to affect. Then next one is the induced charges can be easily discharged to ground, and hence does not produce any disturbance. Any induced voltages are there that are induced in your system due to the external sources, that will be easily discharged to the ground because of the neutral connection. So there will be no disturbance in the system. That is advantage, and provides the safety to personnel and the equipment, because the voltages have not rise to extreme high values. So there is a safety for the personnel and the equipment. That are the advantage. Now what are the different types of neutral groundings that are possible? The different types of neutral groundings that are possible are effective or solid grounding. So the name solid grounding means that whichever the neutral point is there, these are my three windings and this is my neutral point. Solid means it is solidly grounded, or it is connected to a simple rod having the resistance R is equal to nearly equal to 0. That is called as solid grounding. But nowadays the IEEE has defined some other thing, that resistance need not be 0, but still it can be called as a solid grounding, or they have renamed it to effective grounding. The name of effective grounding comes from the term that the zero sequence resistance, zero sequence means that positive, negative and zero sequences we are going to discuss in the next section in the fault analysis. There I will explain this. So here I can only tell that the component of the currents that are passing through the ground, that will be mainly due to the zero sequence reactance only. Like positive and negative sequence components can pass either the ground is connected or not, but zero sequence component can pass only if there is a ground return path that is provided. Only if the neutral is grounded, only in that case the zero sequence component can pass. So the opposition for that zero sequence component can be due to resistance or reactance. So accordingly the term came R0. So the value of R0 is less than or equal to the positive sequence reactance, and the second condition is the value of X0 is less than or equal to 3 times of X1. It should be always be less than the 3 times of X1, 3 times the positive sequence reactance. So in that case it is called as effective or solid grounding system. So if it is not the case, then it is called as a non-effective grounding system. In the non-effective grounding system, I told you that in order to limit the fault current, instead of directly connecting it, here I can replace with a resistance. If I replace with a resistance, it is called as resistance grounding. But problem with the resistance grounding is when the fault happens, the fault current passes through this resistance, there will be a continuous I square R loss. Then next type will be, if you want to remove that problem, then we go for the reactance grounding. And one type of the reactance grounding is called as Peterson coil or arc suppression coil grounding. There is one more type of reactance grounding that is called as voltage transformer grounding. So these things we are going to discuss in detail in the coming sections. I hope that what is the advantage of the neutral grounding, what are the limitations of the ungrounded neutral system, and what are the different grounding systems employed are clear to you. If you still have any queries, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. I will answer to your queries from there. Thank you very much.